Captain's log, stardate 14. We're being pulled towards a hostile planet, and I've asked Mr. Scott to engage the warp drive control. Thinking about how vulnerable we are, the fascination of Swoppet Spacemen form. What is it about Swoppet Spacemen that causes such allure?
Alright, so the story with me in these things is that I never had any when I was a kid, but I recall seeing them at a friend's house, and they wigged me out. They were the antithesis of the staid, posed astronaut figures that I was used to in 1972, 1974 by Marx and MPC. And they were, oh my goodness, we get to have a popcorn party at Charlie's studio. He would be so pleased. So they freaked the heck out of me. I've re-encountered them as an adult now. I want to learn all I can about them. And what we have here is a Sealed Swoppet Spaceman, attributed to Jaru Toys. I guess I'm a Jaru collector. This is the fourth piece of their bling that I've been able to acquire. Men on Space Encounters, Jacksonville, Florida, made in Hong Kong. Very important to see the Hong Kong barcode. Means post 1974. Jaru has been in business since the late 1960s, but I would deem this set, just from the nature of the printing and the presence of the barcode, as being early mid 1980s, maybe 1990, possibly a little bit later than that. No, we don't know how long these things have been churned out. It comes with the ubiquitous flag with rock formation that's been circulating around since Marx Civil War sets. Nice box art, very similar to another one that I have, come to think of it. We'll have to get out the box of Sealed Swoppet. So here's the stash of Sealed Swoppet Spaceman Sets, laid out in what I believe is a rough chronological order. I think the moon-based alphas are the oldest. And I think the set here by Cake Hut came next. And both of those are the only cake topper Swoppets with the painted details. Although this one has the saucer, and the saucer forms turn up later. Anyway, the only one that I've got that has a definitive date on it is this Beta Cake Decor set. With a 1977 there at the bottom. And I almost opened this 100 times. I'm so glad I didn't. This one here by Laramie. I want to say it's probably late 1970s. So it's like after 1977 that the grocery store Swoppet form became prevalent with no painted details anywhere. And then we're definitely into the 1980s with the Space Explorers. And this one bears the Made in China hallmark. And I'd love to open it up and see what the Swoppets may have stamped on their equipment packs. Another Jaru set, and we've got Made in Hong Kong. And sure enough, that Jaru logo is different than the set that just came in. And I'd hazard to guess that that's an older looking logo than what Jaru has there. And as time went on, the colors became more disco-like, where now we've got pink Swoppets and lemon yellow flying saucers, and $2 as your suggested retail price. So compare the two Jaru sets side by side, see if there's any distinguishing differences in the design. This one has some flourishes there at the bottom that is missing in this set. And again, I think that the smaller carded set without the saucer is somewhat older. And I dug out my other two pieces of Jaru bling, this marvelous Mars Expedition set with a Apollo spacecraft. I'm afraid that door is molded in that outward position, which is unfortunate. And what looked like an evolution of hang fat space bucket spacemen to serve as a crew. For my birthday, I got this Adventures in Space Mission Command set with what looks to be a miniaturized hang fat spaceman and a miniaturized hang fat Convair General Dynamics lunar lander. Something tells me that these two sets are 2000s, fairly recent, and here we're looking at the 1980s and 1990s with our Swoppet Spaceman figures. So let's do a little bit of Swappatology. The three figures in the front are in the same poses as the figures in the set, but these are all very different. Here's a Marx made Swoppet Spaceman. Distinguishable usually by 2 passes of paint on the boot. This one only has 1 up to 3 passes of paint on his vest, painted equipment, and the Marx logo there on the side is usually considered to be a dead giveaway. The one here on the support base is by Cherilea, who originated the form in and around 1962. This is a later version of a Cherilea Swoppet Spaceman with the snap-on base to help stabilize it. It has no painted details anywhere, and its pack is made out of soft plastic, where the Marx Swoppet Spaceman has a rubber or very soft vinyl. Early Cherileas will come without the snap-on base. They're all just as nice. These from this period are especially brittle. Something about the plastic has not dealt well with time. So if you happen to come onto examples of this form, treat them very carefully. I had to learn the hard way. The third form here that we've got out with, again, a rubber or vinyl pack that has, in this case, 2 passes of paint on it. Looks like a Marx made Swoppet, but the colors are wrong. He's only got 1 pass of paint on the boots, but again, the colors are the dead giveaway. This one was made from the Marx molds, presumably in the early 1970s for cake decoration sets. And all 3 of them are different than the figures in Jaru's set, which was made to be sold, say, in grocery stores or a pharmacy or a newsstand kiosk at the airport, so your kids got something to do on the flight. So here are 3 specimens of the same variety as the Swoppet Spacemen in the Sealed Swoppet Spaceman set. And while made from the Marx molds, their colors are wrong for Marx. Their equipment packs are made out of rubber or vinyl and have no painted details at all. Grocery store Swoppets might be the way to describe this variety. Try to work up some lexicon here so we can distinguish one variety from the other. So there it is, safely sealed up in its acid-free magazine bag to be preserved for future generations to learn from and grow old with.
Miles and miles and miles.